You're watching MAVFEATS episode 30. I'm gonna make a video for each anime this season. You're watching episode 30. Okay, so I just finished watching the first episode of Given, and I have to say, it was pretty solid. I thought it wasn't that bad of a show. It was fun. It was quite intriguing, the guys are pretty hot, the music is pretty good. The show just has is pretty solid all around so far. It's animated by Studio Lerche, and it is a manga adaptation. The played chord made the rusty air and both our eardrums vibrate smoothly. From that moment, our music was born. That is the synopsis from the manga on MAL, and yeah, that was pretty beautiful. It was pretty cute. Okay, so the author of Given, the original creator, is a person named Natsuki Kizu, and along with Given, they also made Lynx and a series called Yukimura Sensei to Kei-kun. That is the original creator. I have not really experienced any of their works, so this is my first time looking into one of their stuff, albeit through a pretty abstract way, considering this I'm experiencing it through an anime adaptation. But obviously there's something that this person has, there's some connection, because it is her series, but you get the point. That day, Ritsuka Uenoyama started to feel that playing the guitar and playing basketball, both of which he liked very much, were becoming boring. He then encounters Mafuyu Sato, who's holding onto a broken guitar, and he decides to fix it. The moment Uenoyama fixes the guitar, the second he finishes, Mafuyu becomes completely attached to him. However, after hearing Mafuyu sing, it leaves a deep impression on him. So that's the synopsis of the manga, or actually of the anime. So basically, what we watch in this first episode is this story basically beginning, and we don't get to the point where Mafuyu is singing. We don't see that at all. So basically, we are, main character Uenoyama, and he's just, super grinchy, kind of like he normally is, and then, he's acting tired, and then he ends up meeting Mafuyu on the first day, and he's just like, why is this kid in my fucking napping spot, dude? And, it's just some kid who fucking sucks at guitar and broke his guitar and doesn't apparently know how to fix it, and he thinks the guitar's broken, basically, and that it can't be fixed, and that, he'd probably have to buy a new one or something. But, so after Mafuyu guilts Uenoyama into fixing his guitar, after that, fucking, the dude, he literally does, just as the synopsis says, he just gets fucking obsessed with him, and you watch as, Mafuyu just keeps on begging him to teach him guitar, because he found out that he's really good at guitar. And so every day he's literally begging him and hanging out at his napping spot while pissing him off. And Uenoyama one day decides not to go and see if he's there, because he feels like he's on the grip and about to break, like he's about to, that if he gets asked by him again, he may just break and say yes. And so he avoids going, and then I think the next day he goes and Mafuyu's not there, and he's like, what the fuck? And then he keeps coming back every single day. So clearly at that point, he's already developing an interest in Mafuyu. And so you can tell that like now he's kind of frustrated that he's not there, and he's kind of looking for him. He doesn't know where he is. He hasn't seen him in a couple days. Oh yeah, I missed out on something that was kind of important. But on that first day after he asked him and he fixed his guitar, sooner or later, because he's just following him throughout the whole entire day, he tells them that basically what ends up happening is that he brings him to his band where he's, with his friends, and they are jamming and shit, and they do a song for him, and for the first time, and his friends take note of this, that Uenoyama is really rocking it and freaking out and having fun, He's really pumped about this, right? And so, you know, I mean, just all that culminated in is just like, you understand, you like know more characters now, you know of his friends, and you also know that he has a band, I guess. And also, Mafuyu also now knows about those things too. And so, you know, after a while, after Uenoyama has literally just like, he doesn't know what to do because he hasn't seen this Mafuyu guy in a while, and he is, you know, he's just been spacing off and like staring at like shit and like just only thinking about that and like feeling, and he realizes that he's been affected. Like, he knows that something is affecting him, especially when he was waiting for those multiple days for him to show up. He's just like, what am I doing, right? So afterwards, you know, while he's too busy staring off, his friend is like, hey man, you've been kind of out of it lately, you know, you should take in that Mafuyu kid. And he's like, what are you talking about? He was like, yeah, well, you know, you look like you were really pumped up whenever we were playing that jam. And he's like, that showed on my face. And, you know, he was like, or whatever. But afterwards, they go to their band, and Mafuyu is already there and talking to the other friend. And that's when he's like, oh my god. And then, you know, the music starts playing. He's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, hi, tee hee hee, you know, pretty cute. That's mostly the episode. I think that's all that happens. So, you know, it wasn't that much, but it did feel like a little arc we went through. You know, we just get to see like Uenoyama or Yama just like turn away, like be not gay, and then all of a sudden just turn 100% gay. And just, you know, I mean, not like turn gay, because, you know, I mean, he was definitely gay from conception, but, and by conception I mean, you know, written. Like, obviously he was written to be a part of a gay manga, you know. But, you know, you've experienced him being extremely cold to Mafuyu, and then just like, the more he's just spent time with Mafuyu, just like more think about Mafuyu. And then when he's gone, even more he's only thinking about Mafuyu, and literally now he just can't even function without him already. How many days did they know each other? Less than a week, right? At one point, Mafuyu also offers him $10 basically, or 1,000 yen to teach him. And so now I think Mafuyu's probably rich. He's probably rich, considering, I mean, he never said that he was going to buy a new guitar, but what he did say was that he was surprised that the guitar could be fixed. And so either he was playing dumb, or he was just, you know, real sad about it and would have only thought about buying a new guitar. Which would, you know, I mean, typically that sounds like a common enough trait amongst rich, or a rich cliche, you know. Not trait, but cliche. So the backgrounds look pretty, you know, they're pretty standard, but, you know, they do kind of pop out, and the characters do kind of feel like they inhabit the world. Background characters have like on-model designs that don't look bad or anything. One thing that I really liked about the show were all the like references, which really makes you feel endeared to the show and to the people making it, you know? Normally when you think about an anime, you think about this like mass-produced, like multiple hands working together to make something, and there's like a whole lot of, it's a huge collaborative project, you know. But there are so many, what really makes me think that this show has more to it than just like being for $1, you know, just being to make money and just being some sort of product crapped out by you know, a producer to make a quick buck for his studio. For his studio, I'm talking about the man himself, Mr. Lurch. My friends call me Lurchy, you know, like that kind of guy. And what really makes me endeared to these people are all of the references and like cool like music references. Maybe this is from the original source material, but I thought it was pretty cool when I saw a fucking Arctic Monkey or an Arctic Monkeys reference. And then, so what happens is that Uenoyama-kun basically, Uenoyama-kun, he picks up a CD case and it says Artistic Monkeys on it, and then like, oh, you know, if you were thinking, I don't know, maybe that really isn't a reference, maybe there's just some, you know, band called Artistic Monkeys, you know. but then like you read the track songs, and I only knew like maybe 1 or 2 Arctic Monkey songs, but those were the 2 songs that showed up at the top, right? Probably because they're the most popular songs, probably why I only knew about those 2. But the 2 songs were, okay, I don't remember the first song, who cares? But the second song is what matters. It was Are You Mine? And it was spelled differently, without just an R and then a letter U. It was, you know, just spelt normally. And that like shocked my brain, because last time I even thought about Arctic Monkeys was, you know, whenever I had to learn this song when I was playing guitar. I wonder if that's why, you know, maybe this is like a popular guitar learning song. Maybe that's why they knew this reference would work. But I mean, shit, man, you know, I only knew how to play 1 song while I was taking that guitar class that I am absolutely shit at and will never pick up a guitar again. I only knew 1 song, and that song was Are You Mine, which is what I needed to pass, the song that I needed to learn to pass the final for that class. I didn't even pass the final, but I swear I knew the song. I definitely knew the song. I did not pass the class, but the teacher actually had pity on me, and he actually passed me from, you know, just me, because he knew I was trying hard, okay? I was trying so hard. I was so trying hard. Anyway, dude, that was sick. There's also another reference at one point. I'm never gonna say his name right. Uenoyama. It's such a long name. And they really sexualize how Mafuyu says his name, like, because it's just like every single time he sees him, he's just like Uenoyama-kun, 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 Uenoyama-kun. Moe, dude, that's just fucking Moe. And anyway, what I was saying, Uenoyama-kun was basically, at one point he mentioned while he was getting real pumped up and hyped up about playing in front of Mafuyu, he says, "I want to summon a storm." And then he says, "Just like Yujiro Ishihara." And I was like, that sounds like a fucking reference. If I ever heard one, I don't know who Yujiro Ishihara is, but you know, I went and looked him up and I said, hey, that's cool. And then I searched up Yujiro Ishihara Storm, and it said that he made a movie that was called Man Who Causes a Storm. Are You Mine? And yeah, so I thought it was really cool that they would reference so many music artists and really show it you know, it's not even that much, but it does endear, you know, and it does count for a lot, I'd say, just to show that there's something. I always say, you know, things like that, homages and shit, they always, you know, really tell you what they're going for here. And I think it also says a lot about whoever's making it, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, also at the end of the episode, you find out that Mafuyu-kun actually learned how to replace the strings on his guitar himself. He also says that he went to the light music club like Uenoyama-kun was basically telling him to, like over and over. Whenever he was asking for him to teach him, he kept on telling him to go there. And Mafuyu went there and he said that they were cool and there was a lot of cool people and they had a lot of cool instruments and shit. But then he said that Uenoyama-kun was just cooler. And while they're saying and having this conversation, they're like, his friends are just like watching, like in front of them and watching in the background, just shipping them together. It's so good because they don't even look like guys who would be into shit like this, but it's so funny to think they're all just like, I mean, of course they're all designed to be hot and to be, you know, just dudes who are hot for Fujos, but you know, I mean, I thought, you know, they're fine, they're serviceable. Anyway, after Mafuyu-kun says to Ueno-kun that he's cooler, there's like this weird like shadowy gray fog effect that only goes over the characters like models and it wouldn't go over the background. That was really interesting and I kind of thought it was cool because, you know, I mean, obviously the shot was like, I think it was all done well. Actually, you know, to speak about shit that was done well, fuck that, you know, that was cool. You know, you're gonna see that hopefully in a cut. But what was way cooler was the shot of when Ueno-kun was deciding to, like, basically the moment that he decided to even help him, like, to fix his guitar for him. And it's just like, what it is, so first you have Ueno-kun who's chilling, and, you know, he's sitting next to him, just like, because he doesn't have the tools that he needs to fix his guitar on hand. And so, you know, Mafu starts, you know, pouting again and being sad, like, oh shit, well, it can't be fixed. And, you know, and then so as Ueno-kun is just getting more and more annoyed, it's just like, come on, stop this, because he's getting annoyed because he's getting all sad and not like paying attention to him. And so it's just building up more and more and more, and then you just get like him starting to scream, Ueno-yama-kun starting to scream, and basically he's like, why don't you stop looking like a fucking sad puppy? And like every single time he says like a syllable, you get like a cut of, like, the first cut is him opening the door of his classroom, and then the second cut is him opening the door after getting the tools and coming back to him. So it's just like, this all happened this fast that he's just like slamming the door. I think it fucking turned out well. At that point I was like, hey, wait, you know, this show is looking good. This is not bad. And obviously as he's yelling, he's fixing the guitar and still like finishing that one sentence, and it's pretty cool. I think it's done well. This show's good. I'd say check it out, guys. If this is your kind of thing, if you're into boy love, you know, if you're into, you know, shonen ai, you're into all of that, I'd say run on over, because this show is looking good and you still got time to catch up and be on the train, you know, be on that the wild ride. Anyway, guys, this is all I've got to say about Given. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. MAVFEATS forever.